Hello and welcome to another edition of CityTalk. My name is Tim Shaw. I'm the Government Affairs Director here with the Pacific West Association of Realtors. Today's guest is the Mayor of Yorba, Gene Hernandez.
Mayor Hernandez. Good morning, Tim. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate your time. So Mayor Hernandez, you have an interesting background, so why don't we first tell the viewers what you did before being elected to the City Council in Yorba.
Certainly. Well, one, I grew up in Burbank, California, and it was there in high school that I went to a career day for law enforcement and decided that's what I wanted to do. And I geared my whole career for that. I then chose to go to San Jose State University, which at the time was the #1 law enforcement program in the country. So I went to San Jose and graduated with an administration of justice degree, and then entered in the field. And my first department was City of Fullerton, where I spent a little over 3 years there before transferring to the City of Orange, where I would spend the next 24 years, or the bulk of my career, and I obtained the rank of captain. Then took over the chief's job in the City of Chino, and spent the last 9 years of my career as the chief of Chino.
You know, you mentioned your law enforcement background, and it just came to my mind the issue that Yorba went through a few years ago in actually contracting with the Orange County Sheriff Department for Police Services. So how's that been going?
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because I like to say I was sworn in at 6:30 and sworn at 7:30 because that first council meeting was the night that we were deciding who our law enforcement provider would be. We had had Brea PD for over 42 years, and now the then council was looking at changing to the county sheriffs. I did a lot of research. I did my homework. The council chambers was packed, and it literally divided our community. And I had to make a business decision versus an emotional one. There was a lot of emotionally charged people in that room, in that chamber. But the reality was that by going with the sheriff, we were going to save over $2 million and get resources well beyond what Brea could provide. So I was the deciding vote that cast the vote to go with the Sheriff's Department. And we've been very pleased with the service that we received from the Sheriff's Department.
Now, one of the things that's kind of going on in North Orange County through the Orange County Transportation Authority is the grade separation project. So there's the rail line that's bringing freight in from the ports that's very busy, and a lot of places the street and the rail line, were coming together. So to try to separate the rail traffic and the cars, they put the road over the rail line or sometimes underneath. So we have one of those going on, a grade separation project at Lakeview, and it's basically shut the whole street down in a real mess while the construction's happening. So can you update us on how that's coming?
Yes, I can tell you it's a mess. Placentia, the city of Placentia has a couple of those. We have the one, and you just identified it. It's on Lakeview, just north of Orangethorpe. Lakeview had been one of the major streets coming into our city, and now that that's blocked, it's kind of moved over to Richfield. But when it opens up, what we'll have is increased traffic coming to it. It's already kind of a congested area. What exacerbates the problem is that particular area is part of our equestrian area. So equestrian district, if you would. So it's going to increase traffic, which is already pretty intense. My daughter actually lives on Lakeview, and it's tough at times to even pull out of the driveway. This is going to exacerbate that, so we're looking at what we can do from a traffic engineering standpoint to enhance or improve or increase the efficiency of traffic movement. We also have what is appearing to be a very controversial housing project that wants to come in almost right at that junction as you come into the city. It's called the Etco property, and so that's right before the Planning Commission now as we speak.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about housing projects. So that's one, and it's actually just outside of the official borders of Yorba, but unincorporated Yorba, there's other housing projects being planned, right? But that has to go through the county process, if I'm correct.
Yes, you are correct. In fact, that's a significant project that's going in our east end. That's known as Esperanza Hills and Cielo Vista, and that's just east of San Antonio in unincorporated large area. We're looking at over 350 homes. I think it's 343 homes going between the two projects. And what the impact of that is going to be is the county is processing, but they're looking to see the city annex the property into the city. And we want to annex it if it goes through. If it goes through, we want the control over the property and not the county. And the county is not looking to make more county islands. They would prefer that it come into the city. The problem is it's very controversial for the neighbors in the immediate area because of some of the impacts they perceive will happen. Now, the county has done an EIR, an environmental impact report, and there's still some issues that need to be resolved. So that's right before the council as we speak. In fact, next council meeting we have to discuss this as far as are we going to do a pre-annexation agreement, and what does that look like? But yeah, that's still on that's on a front burner issue for us.
All right. Are there other housing projects you'd want to mention that are?
That's between Esperanza Hills and Etco. That's the hot ones in front of us. But we just recently completed nearing completion the property right across from the Nixon Library, as a matter of fact, which had been kind of an open space with weeds and some ramshackled homes. Now we've got it's called the Brandywine project, beautiful townhomes going in. And I say townhomes because we're trying to get a better mix of our housing stock. Yorba has been known for large lots, equestrian lots, big homes, which we've kind of been a victim of our own success. As we get those homes and our property values go up, we keep building out to our east end, which creates urban sprawl, which now we get increased traffic. So one of the big issues facing Yorba is increased traffic. But we have another project, Malaya Homes, which is at Bass and Cherry in Lakeview, another townhome project, very, very nice project. Yorba has very high building standards. And our expectation is that if it's going to be built in Yorba, it's going to be quality, it's going to be a nice project. And that's our challenge as council. You know, not all projects are good projects, but those that are need to be supported. We have a council that does that.
So on a final topic, I know obviously as a city council and city government, you're very interested in beautifying the community and making it look real attractive. And so there's been the issue of signs that get put out. And we realtors have been known to put up some signs here and there. So obviously we're working together in trying to get the situation under control with signs. And you came and spoke to the caravan there. And so what can we do, Mayor Hernandez, to help out on the signs and beautifying Yorba?
Well, once again, and as I speak to your audience, this is a very timely topic, because the law changed regarding signage for cities. So we're reevaluating our sign ordinance because it has to change. Courts recently ruled that you can't discriminate on content. So we're going to work with our realtors. The routine signs that go up virtually every weekend are real estate signs, among others, yard sales and those kinds of things. But it's really the plethora of the real estate signs that are showing up. We used to have 2, 3, 4 at a corner, maybe some signs showing open house. Now it seems that we're getting between 10 and 15 every 30 feet down the road. And as I've researched this, what I would ask your constituents to do is self-regulate, monitor yourself. You don't need to have a sign up if you're not selling property just to get your name known in the community. You're going to get recognition, but it's not going to be positive. So we would prefer that you limit it. I certainly get it that you need signs up to sell properties. That's what it's all about. And we support that. When you're doing well, we're doing well. But just to monitor the signs a little bit more, a little bit better, make sure that they're not where they shouldn't be, and that they're in a limited number. If you see 5, 6 signs up there, you don't need to add yours. Go to another location and put it somewhere else. But we certainly understand that on the weekends, you're going to have them up. We would appreciate it if they were gone by Monday, though.
Very good. Is there any other message you'd like to share with the realtors or the audience that's watching?
I do. I think it's an exciting time to be living in Yorba. We have a lot of good things going on, a lot of positive things. We are a city on the move. We're growing. We've got a council that's business friendly, represents our citizens as well, but we know there's a balance there. And so we embrace you. We wish you well. As we build these homes, come on in and sell them for us.
Mayor Gene Hernandez, thank you so much for joining us and sharing more about the city of Yorba with us. I'm Tim Shaw with the Pacific West Association of Realtors.
Thank you.